Hey Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 16th through the 22nd. This week we're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this deck here. And since I didn't get a chance to do love readings for August, we're going to pull some love and romance messages with that lovely deck there. So without further ado, Libra, let's jump right on in here and see what messages are coming up for the Libra collective. If you stumble upon this video outside of the dates I mentioned, don't you worry. You found it whenever you were meant to find it, whenever the messages were meant for you. These are general readings. Take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, my darling Libra friends, let's jump right on in here and see what is coming up for Libra. What messages are coming up for Libra? I feel like we need one more good shuffle here. All right, let's get right on into it and see what is going on. So the first card coming up here is the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card having to do with financial independence, okay? So maybe some of you are looking to manifest that. Maybe some of you are looking to do some kind of self-employment. Nine of Pentacles can sometimes come in terms of successful self-employment. Now, Nine of Pentacles also comes in with the energy that we're being observed or we're being seen. Okay? Keep in mind, we're coming off of that Lionsgate portal energy. We had a Lionsgate portal that opened up on August 8th. And so we do have that Leo influence. And Leo commands attention, right? Leo is a very charismatic energy. And so some of you some of you Libra might be kind of tapping into that energy right now. And you may be getting a lot of attention. You may be drawing attention to yourself. Nine of Pentacles can also indicate sometimes that someone is watching us, someone is observing us, somebody is admiring us from a distance, trying to figure out what they want to do with us or what they want to do about us. This could be in a career situation. Maybe you're noticing the higher ups are noticing you, but nobody's stepping to you yet. Nobody's approaching you to see if you're looking to move up or to grow or what your future goals might be. But you might be feeling or sensing, you know what, like they're paying attention to me. Okay, or in a romantic instance, it could be that you feel like someone's paying attention to you, but you're like, why won't they step to me? I try to let them know I'm interested. I try to keep the door open, but they're not making a move. It's because sometimes for me, Nine of Pentacles is you seem a little bit like you're too good to be true. And they really want to get a good understanding of who are you. Who are you when you think nobody's looking? Okay, as I said, it could be in a work position. It could be in a personal or romantic position, okay? Maybe for some of you, the roles are reversed. Maybe for some of you, someone has caught your eye and you're like, I want to know who they are when I'm not looking, right? But there could be this element of watching someone from afar or being watched from afar. There could also be decisions here around money or finances. This could be the reason for the caution. Someone is going to entrust a really big responsibility to you and they want to know that you're going to be able to handle it or that you're not going to waste the opportunity or vice versa. Maybe you're keeping this person, you're watching, keeping an eye on them because you're about to give them a big responsibility or incorporate them in your life and you've worked very hard for what you have and you're trying to make sure this isn't someone who's going to come in and mess everything up. Okay, so these are the energies, these are the situations that can come up with the Nine of Pentacles. One more thing before we move on. Nine of Pentacles can sometimes come up to tell me in a reading that you're picking up where you left off in a previous attempt at career or business that failed. And the reason why it failed was anxiety was getting in the way. But with the Nine of Pentacles, that anxiety is under control. That little bird on her hand represents anxiety. It represents the monkey mind. It represents that negative ego that comes in with self-doubt and criticism. And, you know, we're worried about our life and the problems in our personal life and we can't focus and we're making mistakes. So anybody that you've had that pattern in your past where you have had disappointments in your career or unsuccessful business because your personal life was really overwhelming or you were really feeling overwhelmed by anxiety, Nine of Pentacles can come up to let us know that we're overcoming that. We're conquering that. And we're coming into a time of success, financial independence. The next card that's coming up here is the Five of Swords. Now, Five of Swords is a card that scares a lot of people because it can indicate struggle. It can indicate fighting, arguments, disagreements. It could indicate the burning of bridges. And so that can be happening for some people, okay? Now, gosh, my dears, Five of Swords has a really specific meaning for me. Because a lot of the times it tells me that you're in a situation where your buttons are getting pushed. You're getting triggered. Or you're dealing with someone who really knows how to trigger you. Okay? The roles can be reversed. Maybe you're watching somebody and you're trying to figure out who they are and you're really tempted to push their buttons, right? I love you, Libra. I adore you, Libra. I am a Libra rising. Okay, so no shade here against Libra. But I do know sometimes you Libras, if you want to, if you guys want to, you can be like Jedi level troll. You could be like master. Like if you really want to set somebody off, you can do that, right? And so some of you might be trying to figure somebody out. You might be watching this person. You want to know their intentions. And you might be like, well, let me push their buttons a little bit and let me get a reaction out of them. And then I can see who they are when they're not all together or when they're not all composed. Okay? Here's where you run a risk. Five of Swords can tell us that a small thing might blow up out of proportion, and this can end to the burning of bridges. This could end up to where this person is like, whoa, that was like really uncalled for, or that really made me upset. There could be a burning of bridges with the Five of Swords. Maybe some of you are tempted to burn bridges and go towards this Nine of Pentacles that has caught your eye, like going in a new direction. If you find yourself being triggered, however, if you're the one who's being triggered, Five of Swords, if you're the one who's being triggered, this is indicating a time of a beautiful gift. Here's an opportunity to take a step aside and to ask yourself what happened, like who was involved, what happened, what did they say, or what did they do, how did it make me feel about myself? When in my life, in my earlier life, have I felt this way before? Like, what's the furthest back I can go that I remember having felt this way? Who was involved at that time? Why do I think they did that or said that to make me feel that way? Take a moment and release the person. Forgive them, release them of any expectation. Take a moment and forgive yourself and release yourself. Maybe you're blaming yourself. Maybe you're beating yourself up about something. Maybe you're being overly critical about yourself. Release yourself from that. And then write out, from now on, moving forward, this is how I choose to feel about the situation. This is how I choose to feel about myself in this kind of situation. If you can do this, you're going to deactivate the trigger. So in the future, even if somebody is trying to push that button on purpose, they can push and push and push all they want. It's inactive. It's not going to have any power over you. For some of you, you might be dealing with someone where you guys are playing this Cold War kind of thing. It could be in a work situation. It could be in a like I said, in a love relationship. But there could be something here where like each of you are calling the other's bluff, or each of you are trying to see, how you're going to react, or, well, you're not going to make me lose my cool. I don't know. There seems to be admiration. But there's a level of tension here as well. Your next card here, Libra. Here you are. Welcome to the party. It's you. It's the Justice card. Okay. So for me, in my readings, when I'm reading for somebody and their major arcana card comes up for their zodiac sign, it tells me that the situation you're dealing with right now in your life is directly connected to you taking your personal power. Everything that's happening for you, the doors that are opening, everything that has led up to this week and the things that are happening this week are all connected to you stepping into your authenticity, who you are as a person, and taking hold of your power. Okay? It can also tell you that the situation you're dealing with, you have more power than you realize. The ball is in your court. Okay, so use that power wisely. In terms of authenticity, when your major arcana card comes up, it tells me that this is a time that you're shaking away the labels and the conditioning. We all go through conditioning, right? We're taught from a young age how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to act. Oh, well, don't like that. That's stupid. That's a waste of time. You should put your attention on this stuff. This stuff is better. I just heard thunder. I don't know if you guys heard it. Power, Libra. Okay. So it's like you're shaking off those labels. You're shaking off those, that programming, and you're coming into who you are on a soul level, before you were conditioned, before you were trained, before you were programmed. Who was your soul when it came into this existence? And so your taste in things might be changing. Your taste in what you're attracted to might even be changing. Your taste in what you want to do, music, interests, careers might be changing as you're coming into this authenticity, okay? Major arcana cards in general are going to be a new chapter in your life, a defining moment, okay? Justice card, the traditional meaning of justice card is going to be fair and balanced decisions. Okay, fair and balanced decisions. And so here there's this energy or this sense of balancing the head and the heart. Maybe in the past you're like, you know what? Every time I listen to my head and I make a logical decision, I'm absolutely miserable. And every time I listen to my heart, I get burned. I get burned, I get betrayed, I get screwed over. And so you're like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Well, the Libra, the Justice card, is about balancing the two. You're going to listen to your heart. Whoa, that's such loud thunder. I don't know if the mic is picking it up. You're going to listen to your heart, but you're going to go into it with a logical approach. Here's what my heart wants to do. What are the steps that I can take to safeguard this process? What are the steps that I can take to make sure that I'm securing the thing that I'm going for, right? Do I need to have boundaries? Do I need to have layers of protection? Do I need to do some research or preparation? That way you can take these risks, but you're setting yourself up for success instead of failure when you're balancing the head and the heart. I also feel, Libra, that some of you are dealing with a very deeply emotional or compassionate person, and it's softening your heart a little bit. It's bringing up your compassion. Maybe you're seeing yourself in this person, or maybe you're seeing somebody struggling and you're like, you know what? Wow, I never thought about that. Like, you know, people have certain types of challenges. And so I feel like some of you have had this really hard shell that might be softening a little bit. Not weak, right? But maybe just kind of softening a little bit. Fair and balanced decisions. This can be contracts and offers as well with the Justice card. You may be receiving an opportunity to, do some kind of business with another business. You guys might be negotiating and coming into a contract. This could be within your own personal life, an agreement with somebody, a promise with somebody. It could be a commitment in a relationship going next level, you know, taking a further commitment. It can also indicate things like prenuptial agreements, okay? For some reason, people get really mad when they hear that. I'm not signing no prenup, and okay, all right. You don't want to sign it, don't sign it. I can't change the fact that that can be one of the meanings of the cards. Justice card can also indicate success in a civil matter or civil pursuit. You may have a case in a situation, and the Justice card is saying, you know what, it's worthwhile to go see a lawyer. It's worthwhile to go see an attorney and get some advice, because the law might be on your side here to bring you some kind of reimbursement or retribution. I can't give legal advice. I don't do court case readings, but traditionally that can be one of the meanings of the Justice card. Your next card here, Libra, is the Page of Wands. This could be a younger fire sign person. Fire sign is going to be Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Not necessarily, if it doesn't have to be a fire sign person. It can be. It can be you if you have those placements, if you have a fire sign placement. However, the energy of the Page of Wands, regardless of zodiac sign. Okay, there's a couple of ways Page of Wands comes in. Some of you could be dealing with a younger person who's a little mischievous, a little bit adventurous, okay? And you feel really tempted to get carried away with this person. And so Page of Wands can be coming up to say, embrace the opportunity, but don't lose yourself. You know, don't lose yourself. You might be having a lot of fun with this person, but don't allow that fun to cause you to abandon logic and reason. Page of Wands can also sometimes be, for me, like you're coming into a second adolescence, which makes sense because we talked about the Justice card about you being in your authenticity. And that's one of the things that happens when we're in our adolescence, is we're trying to figure out who we are and how we're putting ourselves out there to the world and how we're expressing ourselves. So Libra, a lot of you, as you're coming into this authenticity, you might be feeling like a teenager again. You might be dealing with people in situations that are making you feel very young at heart, very spontaneous, very adventurous. You might be redefining yourself. You might be changing the way that you dress. You might be picking up some new friends. You might be picking up some new interests, or you might be going back to an old dream. That's what I wanted to do back when I was in high school, but I listened to what everybody else told me, and so I went in this other direction instead, right? So there's this energy here of, you know, kind of getting really clear about what you're passionate about, what your ambitions are, and having the courage to go for them. Okay, you may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign video might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. I am having a sale until Tuesday evening, or until the calendar fills up, whichever one comes first. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can also see the discounted pricing in the community tab. But we're going to see what's coming up here for you, my darlings, my dears, my lovely Libra friends. What's going on in love and romance for Libra? As I said, I was not able to do the August love readings. September love readings I've started. They will be up early. But we're going to check in here for love. Okay, you have 10 of Swords coming here at the first card here in your love and romance reading. 10 of Swords can scare people because it can indicate a breakup. You know, maybe some of you are really sick and tired of a certain situation and you feel like it's holding you back. And you might feel like you can't do it anymore. And there could be a bittersweet feeling around it. For me, when 10 of Swords comes up and it's a situation that you're looking to walk away from, it's bittersweet because once upon a time, it was really great. And once upon a time, it really helped you to get to where you are, but you may have outgrown it. And so you may be looking at this relationship like training wheels on a bike, right? You were on the tricycle before you came across this person or this relationship, and you got to upgrade to the big girl, the big boy bike, but you still have the little training wheels on the side. This person was your training wheels to get on the big boy bike, the big girl bike. So you might be like, well, this was really great, but now it's kind of a hindrance. Now I need to get it out of the way. Some of you might be feeling a little bit embarrassed by this person, and you might be feeling bad about that, you know, because you might be seeing certain things that they're doing. And this is what I think is embarrassing you about this person. I feel like this person is playing victim. And before you were like, oh my gosh, I can relate to you. I totally relate to you. And you were bonded to this person through that. But now you're healing, you're evolving. And when you hear this person talk, you're just like, oh my gosh, like, what are you saying? Right? You're coming into your Libra power. You're coming into your power. And so you're hearing this person speak so powerlessly, and it's a bit of a turnoff, right? On one hand, you're like, I want to walk away. But on the other hand, there's a lot of happy memories here. So it might feel very bittersweet. But the thing with the Ten of Swords to me says that eventually it's so painful to stay, it's so uncomfortable to stay, you will leave, right? I don't know if any of you guys remember being a kid when you were younger. Maybe you had a favorite pair of shoes and you would put those on and you thought you could run faster and you looked so cool and they were your favorite pair of shoes, and your feet grow and then you start feeling, oh, they're too tight, but you hold out as long as you can because you love those shoes, right? That's sometimes what Ten of Swords can be like when we're getting ready to move on from a relationship or situation. We're holding on for as long as we can, but eventually you're going to burst out of it because you're growing. This is something of growth. Ten of Swords can also be that maybe some of you, your love life was being negatively influenced by addictions or karmic cycles or habits that you had, and you're breaking free of that. You're healing any kind of karmic cycle or addiction that has been causing you to repeat the same kind of behaviors or the same kind of situations. And now you're breaking out of that. You're breaking out of repeating those cycles, or, you know, having that same kind of type, or having that same kind of person, or same kind of karmic situation. The next card here is the Page of Pentacles. This could be a younger earth sign person or a youthful earth sign person. Not necessarily, but it can be. It can also be somebody that has an earth sign placement, okay? It doesn't have to be their sun sign, okay? So earth signs are going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It could be their moon, it could be their rising, it could be their Venus, or it might not be earth sign at all, but rather the energy here. Page of Pentacles might be that you're choosing to put your time and energy into a relationship that's going to be more worthwhile for you. You might be thinking more long term. So you're looking at the relationship not in terms of romance. I mean, let me clarify. You're looking at the relationship romantically, yes, but you're also looking like, what is this person bringing to the table other than just, someone to be romantic with and mushy with and physical with. Other than that stuff, what is this person bringing to the table? Am I going to be able to count on them, right? Is this the person that's going to take care of me, or is this the person that's going to drop me off at the nursing home and be like, bye, I'm going to have fun spending all your money while you're, being taken care of by nurses? Like, you might be thinking about the future, like what is this person bringing to the table, as well as what might they be bringing to the table in terms of assets, business. You might be wanting somebody that you can partner with, not just romantically, but in other ways, in like building for the future or securing the future. A lot of you might have your eyes or sights set on a new person, and you're like, well, you know what, on one hand, this is safe and this is comfortable, this is a sure bet, but I'm outgrowing it, so it's time to put my energy into something new. The next card here is the Two of Wands. This is choices and decisions. Poor Two of Wands gets a bad rap in love readings. A lot of people look at Two of Wands and they're like, oh, cheater, oh, somebody's juggling relationships. And that can be the case at times. That does happen. I'm not going to say that never happens. But Two of Wands is about choices and decisions and having to weigh the pros and cons. So Libra, I feel like you're weighing the pros and cons of, do I stay in this situation because I feel like I should be loyal and I have a lot of time invested here, even though I'm outgrowing it, and even though this person seems to act like they're helpless and they're not doing their work and they're not picking themselves up? Do I stay here out of, well, let me be loyal and I've been here a long time? Or do I let myself grow, and do I move forward and invest my time and energy into something that's going to be productive and fruitful? That's where you guys are, and you're feeling really, some of you, torn about that. Now, obviously it's scary to go in a new direction, but the Two of Wands is about expectation versus reality. It's about doing your homework, doing your research, gathering all the facts, looking at the situation. So for me, Two of Wands could indicate that you need to ask specific questions to this person. Okay, well, you're into me, you want to be with me, you want a relationship with me, you're telling me you want love, you're telling me you want commitment. What does love look like to you? What does a loving relationship look like to you? When you love somebody, what do you do for them? When somebody loves you, what do you expect that they do for you? What does commitment look like to you? How much time do you need? How much alone time do you need? You know, what are your expectations of what your partner's responsibilities are going to be in the relationship? You know, these are the things you need to talk about. Otherwise, we have a lot of confusion. Someone says, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to be in a committed relationship. Oh my gosh, me too. But what does that mean to you, right? Or somebody says, I want to get married. What does marriage mean to you? You know, what does that mean to you? What is marriage like in your mind? So it's about asking questions. It's about weighing the pros and cons. Some of you have been conflicted or torn between two people, but I feel like, Libra, you're just in this energy where you have to move on. You have to move forward. Something is holding you back. You may be coming out of a trauma bond. You bonded with someone through your traumas and through your pain. And you're like, you know what? I want to be happy. I want to grow. I don't want to be with someone because they're suffering and I was suffering and we understand each other's suffering. Right? I don't want to build a relationship on suffering. I want to grow now. And so a lot of you are having to give yourself permission to take that step. I would encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well as your Venus, since we are covering love in the weekly forecasts until September. You might want a private reading, as I said, calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Bye, my dears. Be well.